Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And I must say, it gives me no tiny amount of pleasure to say that this is a wonderful story. We're talking about the SNP and how the fact that they've got no money and how it's going to get a lot worse. And we're talking seriously very, very bad. Their finances, as we know, are already in a very parlous state. And after the general election, they're going to be significantly reduced to the point that it may even drive them bankrupt. Just that the general election may do this. The numbers have been revealed and it is not looking good. Now, I, myself, and Craig, on Craig Houston Talks To, have both mentioned about funding based on the numbers of MPs and MSPs and whatever. Now, funding from Parliament, Westminster, comes in two forms. One, they get a percentage of MPs' money. And obviously, if there's fewer MPs, that means less money. But they also get a thing called short money. And again, that's based on the number of MPs. And after the next general election, that number is going to be significantly reduced. And it's going to cause them an immense amount of problems. Hey, let's have a look to see why finally the papers are picking up what me and Craig have been saying for a long time, that the SNP are in deep financial doo-doo. Let's have a look. So I think you'll want to hit like on this video straight away because it is such a good news story for normies. We're sitting here on a Friday, we're about to go into a weekend, and we get this wonderful news that the SNP are in deep financial trouble and it could cost them very dearly. So definitely like the video. And while you're at it, definitely if you're a regular viewer who has yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. It really does help the channel get out there. We struggled, especially last week, with YouTube playing silly buggers with us, basically. So it'd be absolutely fantastic if you hit that button. And if you're a new viewer, come and join us on the journey as we take these people and others like them all across. Basically, any politician who opens their mouth and says stupid things, we take them apart. So, cash-strapped SNP face financial misery as potential £700,000 black hole emerges. Now, we've said already that the SNP as a party on the last set of accounts were 800,000 in the hole. This 700,000 does not represent an improvement from 800,000 black hole to 700,000 black hole. No, this is on top. Now, the 800,000 was at the last accounts. It's probably over 1 million as we stand. And they face to lose so much money. An incredible amount. And they've still got all these buildings that need to be rented. They've still got those cars they got to lease. They've still got all those wages of all the flunkies and all the office staff and admin. They're all going to have to go at the time when they've got 2 elections coming up. And elections ain't cheap. This could finally bankrupt them because they're not getting the corporate sponsors anymore. The corporates are all staying away because there's so much shadiness and criminality and potential courts and prisons. And so they don't want to be aligned with these people. So all the corporates are sitting back going, oh, well, we'll wait and see, you know. And apart from the £2 a month from the members, it's only the short money and the money coming from the politicians chipping in their wages that's given them any kind of income. It's bad, isn't it? It is bad. So, the Express investigates. The Nationalists have benefited massively from Westminster short money, but if polls are to be believed, they stand on course to lose a fortune later this year. And it can't come soon enough. It really is cracking. The SNP is facing a financial black hole of over £700,000 at Westminster. Just the Westminster MPs are going to, when they lose their seats, are going to cost the SNP £700,000. Couldn't make it up, could you? The party predicted to lose dozens of seats at the general election. And the Nats have already got money woes and have seen donations dry up to almost nothing in recent years. Indeed, the last few years, the only people giving money to the Nats in any big amount are dead people, leaving money in their wills. But of course, that's drying up now. It's not happening as much. With an ongoing police investigation into an alleged missing $600,000, it has led to suggestions that the party will struggle to afford to fight the campaign. The Scottish Express can now reveal the SNP would lose a minimum of £640,000 if the latest predictions for the election are correct. And indeed, possibly more. Tactical voting, people. Tactical voting. This is where you defeat the SNP. Don't vote for a party. Look where you're sitting and see who's the party most likely to defeat the SNP and vote for them. And if you're in a Labour area and you're a Tory, vote Labour if it gets the SNP out, and vice versa. If you're a Labour supporter but you're in a Tory seat that where the Tories are most likely to get them out, vote Tory. One election, hold your nose. You're going to end up with a Labour government in Britain anyway. Hold your nose and vote to get the SNP out. Get them down to single figures or fewer, and they will go boom. Opposition parties at Westminster are entitled to so-called short money to help them carry out their work. Any party with at least 2 MPs or 1 MP and at least 150,000 votes is entitled to the cash boost. The amount is calculated based on how many votes a party gets and the number of MPs they had elected at the last general election. Each MP is worth £21,500 in short money, while every 200 votes for the party nabs them an additional £42.82. This is why you want as many SNP people out as possible. And this is important, even if they do win a seat or two, take as many votes from them. Because that'll just reduce their income for the very few that do get through. It's very, very important. The Nats are currently entitled to 1.27 million in general short money a year after winning 48 seats and 1,242,000 votes, although the actual figure is over 1.3 when travel is included. Recent polling has suggested the SNP has fallen behind Labour in Scotland, and it is not looking good. It really isn't. According to the Election Maps UK, rolling predictor, they're on course to win just 15 seats. Come on, guys, we can get that into single figures. A little bit of effort now. A little bit of effort. Get them into single figures. This would be worth just 321,000 in short money, way down from the 1.3 that the party can currently claim. In fact, you're looking at almost at that point £1 million loss. £1 million for a party that is already probably $1 million in the hole. It will finish them. It will end them. And then you've got another election in Holyrood 2 years later. Or by the time this election is, less than 2 years later. They can't afford it. They'll be broken. It's fantastic. The most recent poll from Redfield and Wilton suggests that they would win just 31% of the popular vote in Scotland. And although it's impossible to predict turnout, if it was the same as 2019, that would equate to 855,000 votes, worth 182,000 in short money, a drop of almost 83,000. In total, if the Nats returned 15 MPs on the 31% of the vote in Scotland, their general short money would plunge by nearly £800,000. A blow to the party, and that doesn't even take into account the fall in short money used for travel. But there's also the fact that they take that 15% off the salaries as well. So you're losing all that. It's £1 million fall, as I say. The latest figures from the Electoral Commission show the Nats attracted just 75,000 in bequests during Humza Yousaf's first 9 months, with only one cash donation from a living person. One. That £5,000 was handed over to help fight the Rutherglen and Hamilton West by-election. Boom. Nothing. And it went, disappeared. Look, bang, you paid that and it's gone. Disappeared. What a shame. You can't make it up, can you? But you can hope. Vote them out. Tactical voting. Get rid of them. And bankrupt the entire party. What a day that will be. Coming up. There are rumours that are already asking potential candidates to pay, if not all, at least part of their own deposits because they haven't got enough money. That's how bad it is now. And we can keep pushing and pushing and pushing them to spend all this money and they're not getting money in. And then they lose all those seats at the general election, don't have that money coming in from short money, don't have the money coming in from the percentage of the MP's money. By the time they come to fight the Holyrood elections, they won't have the cash. They may not be able to afford to do anything. And then they'll crumble even more. It could be the final end, couldn't it? It could be the absolute end of the SNP. And it would be glorious to see. Destroyed by hate from within and from incompetence at the top. What a wonderful fitting end as the Titanic that is the SNP sinks slowly beneath a wave of debt. Marvellous. And it's up to you, good people. You know how to vote. Tactically. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has cheered you up enough to hit that like button and certainly to hit the subscribe button. And I will speak to you later. Bye.